Okay, we're dragging y'all along with us on our boat ramp run. I know it sounds silly, but it's something we like to do, isn't it?
Yeah, and this is Old State Road. This was the first state highway ever built in South Carolina. It went from Charleston up into Asheville, North Carolina. And this is one remnant of the original state road. So, kind of a little bit of history here.
Yeah, and down this road is where we go to the clay pits and hike, and that's where we saw the alligator.
This is in the floodplain by the Congaree River. You can see how flat this is. And this periodically has some flood cycles, which replenishes the land. Over to either side, when I was a teenager, all this land was in cultivation. It had corn and soybean growing here.
And now it's all pine trees.
Yeah, this has been purchased over the years by Scana Corporation, the parent company of SCE&G, and they've been growing timber here.
Oh, lovely stop on that red truck.
There once was a little short line narrow gauge railroad ran along here parallel to this road that went down to the clay pits.
And that's our wastewater treatment plant. It's not smelling too horrible today. Some days it's obvious what that is.
Just depends on which way the wind blows.
Yeah. Beat downwind, it's not good.
Downwind is not good.
But this is where the fellas that like to go out in their little boats come, and they go down the ramp here. Looks like we only got one guy with a boat in the water. I only see one truck.
There's another section of walkway.
Yeah. And that over there is a short section of walkway that we've walked it before. We'll have to bring y'all and we'll walk down there again. Periodically it goes underwater though, because the river comes up. But there's the boat ramp where they back their trailers down in.
And I've seen this parking lot underwater before.
Yeah. This is true. I don't see the little cat we saw the other day.
Yeah, I've spotted a couple of fox down here. Of course, feral or dumped kitty cats.
Yeah, we think that last kitty cat we saw was pregnant, and so.
Yeah, her crime was being female.
Yeah.
And
she's real pretty too.
Spotted a coyote down here one afternoon.
Yeah. We ought to tell them the story about Greg.
Oh, yeah.
When Greg was our son was about what? 17 or 18. He decided he wanted to come down here and go fishing at like 1 o'clock in the morning or something. And our phone rings, or my phone rings by the bed. He says, "Y'all gotta come down here." And we were like, "What's going on?" He said, "There's something big in the woods."
It's stomping around.
It's stomping around. I don't know what it is. So since it's not far, we drove down here, and he was out on the dock down there. He was afraid to even come back up to his vehicle. And I think it was just a deer moving around in the woods, but man, he was freaking out. That was funny.
It's interesting to see how the hand of man has touched this area over the years. Back to one side of that boat ramp, there's a fairly large pecan grove that's very old. Well, one of those trees recently blew down in a storm and was cut, and I counted the rings in it, and that tree was about 150 years old. So, this land has been under cultivation for a number of years. Further down this road, you can spot hog wire, where at one time people were free range running some pigs down here.
Well, we also saw where Confederate soldiers had dug in.
Yeah, down by Congaree Creek here, there was one of the last battles of the Civil War was the Battle of Congaree Creek, and you can still see the trenches where the Confederates were dug in making one of their last stands before
Sherman showed up.
made his goodwill tour of the South through Columbia.
Now this used to go all the way down, but they've closed it off because it's become part of one of the nature walkways. And most of the time when it was open, the cops were having to come down here for kids partying, or somebody was stuck. Our son got stuck down there one night trying to pass somebody.
And off to the right, there's a really beautiful walkway. It's a rough trail. It's 2.5 miles long around the old concrete Ginyard clay pits from the Ginyard clay brickworks. And you can spot quite a few large gators down there. There's quite a bit of wildlife.
You always spotted black racer snakes too. They're about 3 feet long, and you're lucky to see them.
They're fast.
They're very fast. I don't want to go off the edge because some of the kids have been down here mudding.
Four-wheeling.
And I got to get it turned around. There we go.
There you go.
But you can park your car in this little parkway over here. I'll turn down here if the gates are open. The gate's still open. We can go in and turn around. But during the summer, we don't hike down here much because of the deer flies. And but see, that's where you go into the walkway here, and the deer flies are already swarming the car. Get out. And but it's 2.5 miles, but like Scott said, it's very, very rugged. I'll get moving so the deer flies can't keep up with us.
One of the bridges over a ravine in there is simply a piece of 4x4 treated timber tossed across the way. You need some good hiking boots and a good hiking stick with you if you're going to go down there.
You really ought to wear snake boots, though. I mean, you really should.
It'd probably be a good idea to carry a snake bite kit with you.
Yeah, that's something we need to get, is a snake bite kit. We've had an increase in people getting bit by snakes, so I think we should invest in a $10 kit and keep it with us.
There's been a upsurge in the population of copperhead snakes in this region because of a decline in the king snake populations. And the king snakes will eat venomous snakes. They themselves are not venomous. They're pretty harmless. But they're frequently killed because they're looking for an easy meal in somebody's backyard, looking for baby birds or birds' eggs, toads.
We get some snakes in our yard, but they're usually a black water snake or...
Yeah, we've seen some garter snakes. We've seen quite a few. Those rat snakes.
Yeah.
Mostly non-venomous.
Really need to clean.
Good friends to have in your yard.
Yes.
They're there taking care of a problem. They're in your yard.
Our problem is too many toads. They like our raised bed garden. So that was a trip down to the boat ramp. We're almost back to the little neighborhood that we go through. I was kind of hoping a deer would run across the road for y'all to see.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. But this is something we do to have fun, and it doesn't cost us any money except for the gas that we're burning. And it gets us out of the house. So cabin fever is relieved.
And, this little nature spot is it's really right in the city. It's just a mile or so from our house, and the capital city is just a couple of miles across the way. So you don't have to go far to find some interesting things to look at.
kudzu. It grows 8 to 10 inches a day. Worst thing ever brought into the country. All right, I'm gonna let y'all go.
Bye.
Bye.